Seadog and Codenam Killswitch returned in an all-new 48-page graphic novel by Mark Bolton and Clint featuring Seadog, Soldier 7, Rebel, Tundra, Neon, Stormborn, and Crotch Rocket. Only on Indiegogo.
Everybody heard that bark in the background. We got a Seadog here. What's up, everybody? It's Phil from Zade Comics, and we are back with another awesome interview. I hope everybody's having an awesome weekend, ending out the weekend today and starting a new week tomorrow. We'll be talking here with our boys Mark and Clint tonight about their new kick-ass book. So hang out. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe. I just tweeted this out, shared this around. We'll be talking for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes about this book and what they're doing and where you guys could get it. So we got Shadowhawk in the chat. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming in. And Jason from Unhinged Entertainment. Thanks for being here with us. And I guess let's bring the boys in and start talking about some comics. Of course, this guy needs no introductions. He's a crowdfunding powerhouse. He's, used to go to high school in California, 90210. Everybody knows this. The moral compass of comics, Mr. Mark Bolton.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Primetime Bolton's got the shades on. He brings the attitude.
I gotta hide those sleepy eyes. The whole changing the clocks threw me off today.
Yeah, I feel like you're a person that goes to bed at 7:30.
As the moral compass, I feel like I have to get a good night's rest.
You have a large duty, to serve the people, the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the fans and the creators. Yeah. So, and another person who serves the fans with his art, Mr. Clint Holinsky. What's up, brother?
I like to serve up everything that I can to the fans.
That's good. That's what this is all about, serving the fans. And today you guys have, 2 days left on the second book of Seadog and Codenam Killswitch.
In the immortal words of Europe, it is the final countdown. I like we get AAT right out of the gate. So
that's right.
I'm all about AAT.
Yeah, there's a lot of babes in this one. In fact, you guys have a babe box.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All about the babes. This is like, 90s comics at its fullest. You got all the babes. You got all the heroes here. And this is the second book. So you guys have been through this. Kind of building up the fan base. And I know, talking to Mark and just knowing him for a while, being around, when he's been crowdfunding. Mark, you don't stop writing. You're pumping this stuff out. And I think like 2021 alone, you have more than 3 books coming out or plans.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough time in the year to crowdfund all the books I want to do. Yeah. But I actually have like 3 graphic novels finished that I have to. Yeah, I'll be busy this year.
If Mark could figure out how to crowdfund in the 2 weeks and hit the same numbers, he would have enough books to put. I mean, he could put out 2-3 books a month.
Well, I feel the same way. Like there's so many ideas and stuff you want to get done, and especially as a writer, because we have the time. We could do scripts, we could edit them, and then be working on multiple stuff at once. But it's like, do you want to run multiple campaigns, and then you got to wait that time to build, the backers up and the audience, but it's like, I want to get this out too. So it's kind of like, all of that makes up for the work that, when everyone's comparing, artists do all the work, but writers have to do a crazy amount of work to kind of get that, recognition or get those ideas out there. Like, you have to be promoting, you're writing scripts, you're editing them as well. And it's like, if you want to do multiple projects, then you have to do all that work and then hire these artists and stuff and make sure they're on top of things with that as well. So
and that might be the next generation of maybe what CG evolves to. And I mean, writers are going to be able to do it easier than artists. But if you are a writer that builds that fan base, and you could, it's literally the Stan Lee of the 20th century. Like, you've got this core of artists that you trust, that you know, and you built that fan base. I mean, there's no reason you can't run multiple campaigns if you have that popularity and following, and that might be for writers. Artists are never going to be able to draw that fast, but for writers, I could see somebody really kind of hitting or building into it. That could be like the next generation, and maybe that's what writers are kind of strive for.
Yeah. I think, and I was actually thinking about this recently with like people, like writers in the mainstream. This is probably a perfect time to talk about this before we get to Seadog. Is when you're a writer in the mainstream, are you working on multiple projects at once? Whereas, like, you know, say you have a guy like Mark, or you just take Mark and John, for example, when they were writing and you know, working for Marvel. How would that work comparatively? Because you say John's on cable and he's doing one book or one title. Mark, are you writing multiple things to kind of, you know, keep up the income on that? And how is the rates vary between writer to artist?
So I made the biggest mistake probably of my career when I was doing Hawkman at DC. I had Hawkman at DC, Evangeline at Image, and I thought, oh, I'm set. Everything was going well. I was told everything was going well, so I didn't have anything ready to go after that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Evangeline got canceled out of nowhere. Rob Liefeld quit DC, and I I got fired, and I had nothing. So after that, I was like, I'm always going to have multiple projects on the back burner. So, you know, since then, I've just been doing my own stuff. You know, self-publishing, and I hit that hard. So, like, the rates at DC were fine. But like what I'm doing now is so much like more profitable, and it's like if you had told me, I don't know, 10 years ago that after DC, you know, after my run on DC, I'd be, you know, self-publishing, I would be like, oh, my career, I guess, you know, slowed down after that. No, it's it's actually like the best I could ever imagine. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
this is really, and you see it happening with all the pros now.
Yeah,
you know, everyone's dipping their toe into crowdfunding now,
and it's going to become an avalanche because I've got a ton of pro friends. I worked for some of the bigger companies, but I was always just kind of a freelancer on the grind, and it's the same thing for artists. Like, whatever projects you're working on as a freelancer, you are always looking for the next project, no matter how good the gig you're working on now is. Because once you've been in the game long enough, you know it could end like that. Like, an editor could switch, a book gets canceled, anything. So, like, as a freelancer working for any of the big publishers, you are, no matter how good the gig you are on, you're always looking for the next thing. There's no job security when you're a freelance comic book pro. And like even the biggest, best pros out there know that, and always kind of have that like riding on the back of their neck. So that's where crowdfunding, like, to me, was just a complete and total game changer, because you can kind of take control of your own career. If you're a creator, you can kind of create your own books and build your own audience. You're not dependent on submitting to editors. Like, literally, comic book conventions are going for creators to just go and schmooze every editor they can.
Yeah.
And it's like you're dependent on them for your career. Crowdfunding totally changed that. You don't need to be sucking up to these editors. And I mean, some editors you're not sucking up to. They're like solid editors. You're showing them your portfolio and whatnot. But crowdfunding, I mean, it is so much better than trying to submit to these big two, where half the time the editor isn't going to give you the time of day because they just don't care. They're not looking for new talent. They're just, so I can't recommend crowdfunding it enough. And you see a lot of the big pros coming over, and it's just going to get more and more.
Yeah,
they're going to have to compete against guys like us because the thing is, they might be big name guys, but like guys like you guys know how to do the social media thing. Some of these older pros have no clue about YouTube, no clue about Twitter, no clue about advertising. They've always had it hand fed to them. And like being a young guy with that kind of fire to like create and understand social media, like that kind of puts you a little bit above some of these older guys, even if they're big two pros.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they're going to have to learn quick. Or, as we see a lot of people, they think they could hire someone to do that for them. And then there's that disconnect between, fan and creator, which I think the thing we're doing is so important, having that connection with everybody that's helping you out. We got King KDI in the chat. It says, the moral of the story, always have a side hustle.
Yes. And the thing is, the CG fans sniff out those kind of, like, they're looking for people that believe in the kind of same stuff that they do. So it's like if like somebody's just trying to dip their toe in and like not really be fully committed, you kind of see the results. There's been a few guys that have tried that already, and it hasn't went as well for them as they would have liked to.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Eric von Strugel in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, man. Ahmed is here as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to take a look at Seadog.
Hail chat.
Yeah, hail the chat, everybody. Solid Midwestern lads. There we go. What's up, Shadowhawk? Yeah.
I haven't seen sun in like 30 days, so yeah, solid Midwestern lad.
Vanessa's in the chat too. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. I know Vanessa. She just came in because Mark's here. That's the only reason she's here.
I see. Like, it's weird going on these YouTube shows because I'll see multiple names, but I don't like know them yet. But then I'll see them multiple times, so it's like somebody that I want to start to get in the know.
Of course, yeah. That's how that builds up. Okay, so we Seadog and Codenam Killswitch Book 2. This is a fully when I think of this, I'm like, the thing that pops into my head is like, this is a full kind of collaboration from you guys. Like, I know Mark had Seadog, and then Clint, you came in with the Killswitch crew and kind of created this kick-ass book. This kind of team up that's going on here. Lots of powers going on too, and it's really cool, like, to see a team book, because that's what basically this is, I would say. A lot of awesome silhouettes and forms to these characters to make these kick-ass covers, and one of my favorite pieces is actually just this page, which I would imagine is kind of like an intro,
Yeah, this is like our main intro page. Every once in a while I do something that actually turns out good, and this was one of those pages. Like, I like the idea of the whole Soldier 7 with all his wires. We kind of established that. He kind of recharges, regenerates his body, and then we'll just kind of do a bunch of drop cuts to where every team member is.
Yeah, where they are.
Kind of hit the ground running, but kind of show out where they're at. And then, of course, the middle two panels with the girls there, Neon and Rebel.
Yeah.
I twisted Mark's arm. I'm like, you know what the girls should be doing? There should be... I've been watching a ton of old school Charlie's Angels from the 70s, and I'm like, the girls should be like undercover at a strip club trying to like get information about the bad guys, because Charlie's Angels were always going undercover at the massage parlors, and like, that's just perfect for Neon and Rebel. Thankfully, Mark didn't fight me on it, so he just kind of worked it right into the story.
The story really dictated that it happened. I mean, they're on the hunt for information. And where else would you find information on a supervillain but then at a superhero strip club?
Exactly.
Perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, we're getting those AATs in the chat here. Everybody's just loving it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's plenty to go around.
And just this cast is so eclectic, and like what they look like and their powers and stuff. It's really cool. Why don't you guys talk about kind of what this whole story is about, and where we are in the timeline of this IP.
Sure. So this picks up right after the first volume. The first volume had our villain Lord Shikari, who was abducting these young metas and selling them on the black market. He was trying to capture Neon, but when he failed, he took Peter, who is Seadog's master, hostage. So Seadog I can't speak. Seadog agrees to team up with Codenam Killswitch to track down Lord Shikari, find Peter, and that's where we pick up now. This is a big step. This volume, the first one set the stage. This expands the universe. We introduce new villains, new heroes. We explore new worlds. We're on a couple different planets. It's a lot of fun. And
Wow.
I mean, if you thought that cast of characters was colorful in the first volume, you haven't seen anything yet. We introduce a whole new team called the Animalers, and they have powers much like Seadog. We went into Seadog's origin a little bit in that he was a puppy who got this, whose master found this medallion, put it on his neck, and he turns into Seadog. But we never explained where it comes from. He's going to meet other animals like him. And
cool.
Yeah, it's
an intergalactic collection of animals. So there's a lot more to Seadog's origin than just a little gold chain. Mark came up with a really kick-ass idea to kind of just like everything about this book. It gives more depth to the characters. Kind of gives a little bit more builds on the worlds of what we're creating, and the going to other worlds. I kind of put it to when the X-Men would go to the Shi'ar, during the Dark Phoenix saga, when they kind of got sucked into this, all of a sudden they're Earthbound heroes, and all of a sudden they get sucked into this intergalactic kind of battle thing. That's kind of a little bit of what's going on with Seadog and Codenam Killswitch.
That's awesome. Too. And that's the thing what I like about your writing, Mark, because I've read Graveyard Shift 1 and 2. I've read U.S. Assassin 1 and 2 as well. And the thing that I dig about it is, these are, 48 page or more books, but you're kind of still writing them like they're like a series. So, you get all this information, but there's a cliffhanger. But what you're doing that other people kind of drop the ball at is you're releasing them timely. You have the ability to already have them basically done. You're releasing them, and then you're doing another campaign. U.S. Assassin 3 is coming up soon, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. So you're actually, I think, killing it at putting out these stories one right after another, so people don't have to wait a year and a half and forget about what happened last time.
Yeah.
Which allows you to, like you said, kind of build on these backstories. And this one's 48 pages I read, and it sounds like there's a lot of stuff packed in here too.
Yeah, so when I write the books, I try to have a conclusion, but also have a lead into the next volume. And I'm fortunate that I work with a lot of artists that are on the same page as me, that we get a lot of stuff done in advance so we can finish early, fulfill early.
Yeah.
Last year I fulfilled 5 projects. Very proud of that. I'd like to try to fulfill 6 this year if it's possible.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's so cool.
When you're jamming and things are working out, man, you just kind of want to put your nose to the grindstone and keep plowing forward, especially when you're doing something you love and making comics. Never going to complain about a day when I'm just, drawing comics and making a living. That's a good day.
No, that's the dream, working on a bunch of stuff at once and having things have that flow come out, because I think that's the well-oiled machine that everyone strives to be.
Yeah, the last 3 years have been so fantastic with the success of Graveyard Shift, getting to work with Mike on U.S. Assassin, Clint on Seadog, Renzo and Matt Dalton on Viking Wolf, which is next.
I can't wait for that.
I don't want to slow down. It's going too good. I don't want to screw things up.
Yeah, exactly. Foot on the gas.
Yeah, this is awesome. Just you guys, I think, picked the perfect pages to show off on the campaign, because it's just like badass poses, and action. Like this is really cool, man.
Do you want to see a little bit inside the makings of?
Sure.
So me and Mark always we have a general idea, and Mark will give me kind of a rough plot line of what we're doing, but you're doing this stuff way ahead of time, and
right.
You're trying to get stuff done and finished to set up the campaign. So I take Mark's kind of rough plot line, and then not everything's spelled out for me yet, but I'll I need to draw 5 kick-ass pages that are going to grab everybody's attention.
Yeah.
And so I'll just kind of pick and choose, and it's not necessarily everything's fleshed out, so we kind of have to do a little bit of readjusting on the fly after the fact, but I just want to have 4 or 5 pages that are going to okay, this chick's ass looks really nice, and everybody is going to spot that, and everybody kind of seems interested in crotch rockets, so let's put a big splash of them together. So
yeah. That's the same thing that I was doing for the Lost pages and for Magic Hop too. It's I had a good amount of this stuff written, and I'm like, okay, we could grab this, put this on here. When we introduce this new character, this will be a good shot for that. So it's always awesome to think ahead, and that shows how much a veteran you guys are doing these crowdfunding campaigns of knowing what's going to pull people in. This is cool. This is a new character, right?
Yeah, Red Raven is one of the new bad guys under Lord Chikari. The nice thing of Lord Chikari's got this, basically he's stealing metahumans DNA so he can create his own army of superhumans, and but he's also selling it intergalactically. So he always has these underlings that have superpowers. So the nice thing about it for me as an artist is I just get to create neat new characters, but then they just kind of get whether killed off or knocked down in some battle. So it's you move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. We got Norn Rad in the chat. I really enjoyed the first book. We'll be backing the Frigate cover. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Norn Rad's been a backer of ours for a long time. He's awesome.
Let's see. Ahmed says, I love your old intro, Phil. Oh, I think he's talking about the videos we did, the Magic Cup intros. And here's the Babe Box.
The Babe Box has been popular.
Yeah, it hasn't been popular? I was going to ask, because I know you did something similar, Mark, for U.S. Assassin, and now you're going with this. How's the reception of these things?
Great, yeah. I tested the water with U.S. Assassin. I sold 15 of them. Already surpassed that with Seadog and Codenam Killswitch with the Babe Box. I've had people DM me and say, "Are you doing collector boxes for all your campaigns? Because that's the only way I want to back them." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it."
Yes, that's awesome. Yes, I will do that. and I mean, the collector's boxes are nice. Most of these people are hardcore collectors. You put it on your bookshelf. You know you're going to get this nice item. All your books are going to be protected in it. And with the Babe Box, you're going to get everything, all the variants, all the prints, all the trading cards, sketches from me and Mark. It is a really kind of nice collector's item where you're going to get everything.
Yeah, it's kick-ass, and it seems pretty affordable as well. We wanted to do something similar when we get more Magic Hop books out and try to create something that looks like an old VHS box that
that'd be awesome.
Open up from back in the day. I think that would be really fun to do. So
no doubt.
Yeah, I think this is awesome. Let's see. King KDI says, serious question, kinda. Is there an ash can if hitting the stretch goal with this campaign, or will it be the next one?
All right. If we hit 23,000. If we hit 23,000, which would surpass our first campaign, every backer gets a black and white ash can preview of my next book, Viking Wolf.
Which, look at the artwork on this. This book looks gorgeous. And
God, I'm so excited for this freaking book.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm not going to toot my own horn here. Mark finds really awesome artists, and I'm not talking about myself. But these guys are Viking Wolf looks freaking amazing. So. If we hit that stretch goal, everybody's going to get this ash can of Viking Wolf, and that'll be his first printed appearance. So another collector's item.
Yeah, that's Matt Dalton's artwork right there. I had to like twist his arm to convince him to draw a book. He's an inker, and I was like, "No, you should be drawing books. You're fantastic."
Yep.
And he was like, "I don't know," and I was like, give me some time. I'm going to write the perfect book for you, and then decide. And he was on board, and he just asked if we could bring in someone to help with some of the heavy lifting. And I've always wanted to work with Renzo.
Renzo's a stud.
Yeah, he was super excited to join us on this. So I can't wait to launch Viking Wolf next. But what I really can't wait for is to hit 23,000, so everyone can get a preview of this and see how great it is.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. I can't wait for that. Where did you find Matt?
He's local to me, so we've done some conventions together, and I just knew him as Matt the Inker. And then I started following him on Instagram, and I saw his commissions, and I was like, why isn't he Matt the Penciler? He's fantastic.
And sometimes that just kind of happens weird for different artists' careers. They just are suddenly getting more gigs as inkers, so they just kind of end up being an inker. But if you give them half a chance, they're like super talented pencilers. And I've seen that happen a couple of times. But yeah, his art is absolutely gorgeous. That cover is just like,
it's crazy. I have an original piece over here that he did for me after I saw his work on Mark's Instagram or something, or he posted it.
I commissioned Matt to do a graveyard shift piece for me, and the minute I posted it, I had a bunch of people hit me up and said, "Is this guy available for work?"
Yeah.
And speaking of great artists that need more attention, Booty Juice I see is just in the chat right now.
Yeah. Booty Juice is fantastic.
Booty Juice is drawn like he draws Soldier 7 better than I draw Soldier 7.
I saw that piece, man. He's so good.
That's a little annoying to me, but that was
he
an
sent
awesome.
me the high res, by the way. It's in our Dropbox. If you
that's
are
going in the book
about
for sure. Yep, that's going in the book for sure. I love that piece.
Yeah, he's amazing. I've been talking to him. He's just a kick-ass artist as well. There's so much talent. Here
Absolutely.
So
I don't know if he does sequential stuff, but that's a guy that should be like CG writers or CG creators should be checking out Booty Juice and seeing if he wants to work on stuff, man.
Yeah, he's just really kick-ass, and he does this kind of that 90s style so good as well, dude. But here's so after I saw Matt Dalton's work on that Graveyard Shift piece, I hit him up and really wanted to work with him with my Crimstone character, and he did this piece, which
that's insane.
Yeah, I'll show it to you colored. It's the interior cover of the Crimstone story in the bonus comic for the Lost Pages.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
He just killed it. And
yeah, he did.
Oh, dude, he's so good. So and it stinks that he doesn't want to do sequentials. It's just like the covers and pinups and stuff, but he's just amazing.
But if he can get covers and pinups like that, it's worth it. That is an insane.
Oh, for sure. I think
he's inking himself, I'm assuming there.
Yeah.
Since he's an inker, that is gorgeous.
Check this out. I thought he was just perfect for this character too, just the way he does muscles.
Oh wow, that looks great. Colors nailed it.
Yeah, and then we did like a sketch of the
sketch play time.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is wicked.
And the logo in the background on the bricks. Yeah, so that's what when I want to make this into a poster just for myself,
Oh yeah,
it'd be so good. So thanks, Mark, for finding.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this book.
Well, that's the thing go ahead, Mark.
He wasn't even on Twitter until I told him, you need to be on Twitter. And he's like thanked me at least 3 times. He was like, I've never been so busy. I didn't realize Twitter was the place to be.
Yeah, and that's what, Twitter is, and then obviously YouTube shows. Like that's how you promote your books. That's the blueprint. And like it takes. I mean, it took me a while to kind of figure it out, but. It's networking. Every one of these shows you do, you meet more people, artists and writers. You just kind of connect, and you never know who's gonna be kind of on board with the same thing you're doing, and projects just kind of happen.
Look at this. This is so cool. This is like some swimsuit stuff, right?
Yep. Our stretch goals, we've hit both of the stretch goals already. So every backer is going to get. We kind of want to do the old Marvel swimsuit kind of things from the '90s. But me and Mark are just diehard '90s fans, so a lot of our stuff is just totally influenced by that, which isn't really a bad thing. I think most even the younger generation still appreciates all that stuff. But we wanted to do some kind of swimsuit prints, kind of an homage to the old 90s stuff. So everybody's going to get the neon swimsuit print here, and then the Rebel and neon swimsuit print below. Every backer that backs the book is going to get prints of both of those. So, and then, then the stretch goal. Everybody's going to get awesome. That one. So neon cool. Sitting on Crotch Rocket's bike at the perfect angle.
You're doing these guys? This is cool.
Oh yeah, Mark's got that set up.
Yeah, the pop sockets. They're available in the Babe box. So yeah, they're awesome. It has 6 a.m. Comics artwork on it.
That's cool. Seadog. Yeah, my girlfriend just got one of these, and I'm like, oh, those things are cool, but they're all like, all of them are girly. You know, they're all like got a pink flower on it or something.
You gotta go with Seadog.
Yeah,
Seadog, yo.
So cool. Awesome. So is where do we go from here in this series, guys?
We're already talking about book 3.
Yeah, book nice. 3. Book 3 is coming. There's a lot that's happening in book 2, and we end in a really interesting place. The character's got to make some choices, especially Seadog. He's got to make some choices. He gets a lot dropped in his lap that he wasn't expecting. And I wouldn't say it's a cliffhanger, but it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So, we're leaving in a spot where like a lot of stuff is going to be leading into book 3, and me and Mark are already kind of brainstorming that. We're happy with the success we're having with these books, and we want to just kind of keep the ball rolling. There seems to be a nice energy and interest with the characters, and I'm happy to keep drawing these guys for a while. So there is more to come, definitely.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
They're just fun characters. I always say it's like the 90s cartoon you would watch after X-Men and before Power Rangers. It's just a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Let's see. Norrin Red says, I missed those old swimsuit issues. Yeah, there might be. Stay tuned, guys. Stuff might be in the works down the line.
There we go.
One of those. Excited for that. Seadog looks awesome. Yeah, I'm going to give this a refresh. Let's see. We're at 246 backers. And if I do a little refresh right here, 16,491. Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
Up another 200 or like $100.
Thank you, chat. We appreciate it, man.
248 awesome. Now.
Awesome.
There you go. Let's see. Booty Juice in the chat. Did Clint design Seadog?
I did.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Me and Mark. I threw a bunch of designs at Mark, and we kind of went back and forth and narrowed it down to. I'm actually really like Seadog ended up being really cool looking. I was pretty stoked with the way it all turned out.
Yeah, I love that he has like big claws. That's awesome.
Mark's original description, I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a superhero, but he's also a rapper, and like he worked both of those together. And I was like,
When Clint was asking me about him, he was like, so like, is he white or is he black when he's in his rap? I was like, no, he's a dog.
I thought he was a human at first. So I don't know if it was a black character or a white character. I didn't know he was literally a dog in both. I just thought it was a name. I thought maybe he was a black superhero. Which, would have been cool. But, there was some confusion early on.
I can't wait to see this frag cover. Just the blocking out of this sketch right here just looks badass.
Yep.
He's got great composition for team books, because he's been doing Black Flag.
He's
a good guy. And he does the big body characters so well,
Yeah, that's Seadog in his rap persona. He has a can of spray paint, and he's spray painting a mural of Codenam Killswitch on the wall behind.
Dude, that's so cool, man. I wanted to do something like that for the actual Matt Dalton Crimstone cover, because the chick in Crimstone, Taz, she's like this, really fit chick, but she also rides a motorcycle. She's a motorcycle mechanic, and she is like a spray paint tagger. That's why the logo's like that. So I wanted her to be spray painting Crim on the wall behind, but he's like reacting to her because he's like her imaginary friend and stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to do that one day. But he's like, I only have time to do like a headshot. I'm like, who cares, man? That's awesome. So he killed it on that. But yeah, that's a great concept. Oh, I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah, guys, if you dig this book, give it a back. It's got 2 days left.
Yeah, it's the end right now.
Yeah.
So, Mark said earlier, we delivered early on our first book. We're on pace to do the same thing with the second book. We were going to deliver early. So we're not going to be in demand very long. We're going to, Mark's got Viking Wolf coming. I've got my next project, Blue Bombshell, coming. So we're not going to leave this floating around. So if you want to, if you're interested in this, back it now. I would recommend. And like I said, we're going to wrap it up, and we want to get it out early to everybody, get it in their hands, and move on to the next book. That's kind of both our main losing words here, but
priority,
we're priorities. That is what I was looking for. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, guys, get on this if it looks awesome to you. And the cool thing with Mark is he's not stopping. They're going to keep putting out more books, and can't wait to see where this goes. Everybody's got to jump on this. We have a comment here. King KDI could have gone with John Cena, Doctor of Thugonomics. Look,
I wish you had mentioned that, because me and Mark are both wrestling fans. Him more so than me, but yeah, we could have done his Cena vibe on Seadog. That could have been kind of sweet now that I look at it.
Yeah.
So maybe he just needed the bicep. What are those things that Cena?
Yeah, the sweatbands or whatever.
The wristbands on.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. All right, yeah. Do you leave in demand for a month, then close it? You've got plans to do other campaigns later in the year. Yeah, so Mark's got a lot of campaigns coming out.
Yeah, we'll leave it in demand until it's ready to go to print, and then we'll
that's basically what it comes down to.
Shut down the store, yeah. And I won't launch my next campaign until Seadog goes to the printer.
Yeah.
Cool. And is the next one going to be Viking Wolf, Mark?
Yep, Viking Wolf. And Viking Wolf should probably be 100% done when I launch.
Spoilers! Wow. Viking Wolf is next.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah, Viking Wolf's going to be the bomb.
And what's your next project, Clint?
My next project is the Blue Bombshell. I would describe it as, I like drawing the hot chicks here.
Yeah.
No nudity in Seadog and Codenam Killswitch. I did Pirate Queen before this. There was some nudity in that. I am a fan of adult comics. So Blue Bombshell is basically, it's Power Girl if she was done by Playboy Comics.
Cool.
So that is going to be an adult comic. There is going to be nudity. It's a superhero comic book. She's part of a super team, but she has trouble keeping her clothes on. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Ain't that a shame?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, lighthearted, but still a lot of superhero action. So that'll be the next thing. If you like the way I draw the girls in here, you'll definitely like the way I draw the Blue Bombshell. And I'm going to start posting some art on Twitter, so people, I actually have to ask Mark how to start, because I've worked with Mark and Mandy on these books, and I haven't actually done my own campaign that much, so I have to ask Mark how to start the mailing list.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not super complicated, but I just haven't done it yet. So, but yeah, that's my next thing. Will be the Blue Bombshell.
We got free the nips in the chat. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be good. People are saying they're already sold. That's good. Awesome. And guys, don't forget, if you missed out on the first book, you can get this awesome reprint cover by John Malin, right?
Yeah, and we even have some of the originals from the first campaign available as add-ons when you check out.
Nice. There we go. I like nude gals in my comic. Sweet. And before we get out of here, guys, do you mind if I pull up Magic Hop, talk about that for a little bit?
No, absolutely.
Kick ass.
And Magic Hop looks awesome.
Thanks, man. Let's see. Here we go.
I love the vibe you guys create because, like, your book has like a real, like, genre vibe. It's old school, but kind of like a really cool twist on it.
Oh, for sure. And actually, this is not updated. I haven't refreshed this, so let's see where we're actually at. I think we're like above 120 backers now, which is awesome. Yeah, 122. Kick ass. We're so close to 10K. Which is amazing. Nice. Thank you, everybody who's been helping us out and backing. I think we have, let's see, like 14 days left. So if you guys haven't checked this out, it's just a crazy, fantasy crime book. If you guys love Miami Vice, you love the 1980s, this is the book for you. We're mixing Halloween with all of that 80s crime action, wizards that are detectives. So we got
so fun,
sexy witches too. Yeah, this is just total fun. We got a magic cup. If you guys, everybody needs a cup. So you all drink out of cups, and we have them right here. So we already have them. There's a limited number. So if you guys are interested, grab your magic cup.
Who's doing that for you? Because I might need a cup with my own superheroes.
Yeah.
That's like a dream come true.
And they're made in America too. So it's just like the website. You could just throw anything on there, which is really cool. So I would suggest, guys, if you haven't read the first Magic Cup, you could grab our featured perk, which is the Magic Cup pack. It comes with Magic Cup 2 and, with my brother's kick-ass art here, very, also got some ass in here as well.
Nice.
Very loves drawing the chicks. But
I like
also
everything about that page.
It comes with Magic Cop 1, the reprint with this Kelsey Shannon cover. So if you're a fan of Kelsey, get this kick-ass reprinted cover and a ash can with a whole other story. It's a 12-page short story written by myself, drawn by Alan Alonso, who's the artist who did the Masquerade story in the Lost Pages. So if you guys read that. And I have some more. So here's some up-close pages there. And basically the synopsis of this is Grey Wolf, our old-timer detective character. This is a flashback of when he went above the law to track down someone that killed his family member. And so he's going off the books. He's putting away his shotgun, pulling out the katana, and going and hunting them down in this badass pagoda here. So if you guys love Steven Seagal movies, if you love Bruce Lee's The Game of Death, then you'll dig this stuff.
I'm sold.
This is a little bit of Wolverine, like the Frank Miller Wolverine mini-series there coming up on the pagoda, like you said. Yeah.
And Alan's just so kick-ass with his layouts. Like he did, like he loves doing like little Easter eggs. So he put like a little Die Hard
nice
panel.
That is awesome.
It's cutting through the pagoda wall with the sword. And then this is when I write, I kind of always try to think of like the big moments on page turns. So like this is right before a page turn, and he comes up to this guy who's like taking a hot bath in one of the levels of the pagoda. And then you turn the page and he
nice.
Comes out. And he's about to, this is a big fight scene we're doing right now that Ellen's drawn with this kind of like creature from the Black Lagoon sumo wrestler, kind of melding those two things. His name's Maki. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
That looks awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so back that. The Lost Pages is still on demand. If you guys haven't grabbed that, that ships out the next day. So you guys could grab that if you dug that Matt Dalton art that I was showing you. That's in the bonus book for that. And most importantly, guys, go and back Seadog and Codenam Killswitch Book 2 because it's ending soon. It's wrapping up.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
The end is near.
Let's see. Grab your cup. There we go. Mortal V. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, and if you guys haven't yet liked the video, because we got some good viewers in here, hail the chat as always. Let's see. Is that Mrs. Fraga's work on the cup? Oh, and don't forget the Lost Pages. Yeah. No, it's a different company that's doing the cups, and the art that's actually on it is Alan Alonso's art, who's drawing that ash can story. So he's just doing killer
We're
work.
stealing that cup as a perk thing because I gotta have one. I gotta have like one of those old school like Hardee's or McDonald's cups with like the superheroes on the side.
That's
like,
I mean, this is 32 ounces.
Yeah,
a lot of liquid in there, and it's not going to break too. So
that looks like it'll hold vodka and cranberry juice. So that is perfect.
Let's see. Ahmad says, Phil, are you the only writer or an artist? Yeah, I'm only a writer. So everything that's coming.
You're more than a writer, Phil.
Thank you. I'm just a writer, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Mark's gonna be upset now for the rest of the night.
No, I'm trying. But yeah, everything that comes out of Zade Comics, I'm writing so far. So all the Lost Pages stories and Magic Up and stuff. We got Amanda B in the chat. What's up, Amanda? Phil,
hey, Amanda.
Compass and Clint. Yeah.
You are forever the moral compass.
Yes. And Ahmed asks if that was a short story. Yeah, that Grey Wolf stuff I was showing is going to be a part of an ash can that has a bunch of like backup material in it, concepts, stuff like that. But it also has that 12-page short story that's going to go along with the book, because a lot of the book does have to deal with Grey Wolf. He's kind of like our like emotional conduit in there in the story, because he's he wants to retire. He's kind of like our
getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of us literally are.
Thought I was the artist. It's because of my dashing good looks. Here we go. Yeah, guys. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here? Let people know where they could find you. What else do we have to talk about?
There's this massage parlor in Duluth, Minnesota. I kind of hang out there pretty regularly. There's a bar right next door to it, and it's kind of convenient for me.
That's good. Sounds like a good time.
So that's where you can usually find me. If I'm drawing, then I'm just at the drawing desk.
That's good. What about you, Mark?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Also on my YouTube channel, Primetime Polton. And yeah, man, go back Seadog Codenam Killswitch book 2. It's a fun book, and Clint and I have more in store for you, man.
Kick ass.
We meant online. Okay.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat one more time. Bag this book so people know where to get it. Oh, yeah, and you have a YouTube channel, Mark?
Yeah, Primetime Polton.
A vodka and cranberry juice. I drink girly drinks. I drink whiskey too, but then I usually get myself into trouble with whiskey. Vodka and cranberry juice, I just get chatty. That's it's a pussy drink, I know. But I drink too much whiskey and I just end up getting beat up. So.
Awesome. Let's see. I'm creating a comic and I think it's going to take a while. Yeah, comics, that's a thing. Comics can take a while.
Yep.
Once you get that first one under your belt, though, it gets quicker.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've thrown this out there in a couple other chats. The model right now is the 48 page for $25. But like, if it's your first thing as a creator, don't be afraid to just do like a 22, 24 page comic. Set your goals a little bit lower, so you can go through the process, and it's not this giant thing that you're creating. Like a 22, 24 page book, if you make like $5,000, $6,000 off of that, it's not a ton of money, but you've gone through the process. You kind of learned where the hard parts are going to be. You've shipped it out. Don't start out thinking that you have to do this giant project. Like, start small and then build off of that. And it's going to help you kind of avoid some of the problems that you can run into. And it's also going to like help you with the second one. Then you can go bigger. But starting small is like my advice for people who haven't done this before, because it is a ton of work. A bunch of problems are going to pop up that you didn't even expect because you just haven't done this before. So starting small and building bigger is my advice to first-time creators.
And I think that goes for writers as well. Like, I learned that doing short stories really helps with pacing and structure, and kind of like forces you to pay attention to the big moments and place them correctly in the sweet spots of a story. And the way I see it is when you build to a larger page count, like 20 pages or 48 pages, those comics are just basically 4-page stories all put together, you know? You have your big moment, and then, you know, you go back. It's like a roller coaster. You go back down, and then you come back up. So it kind of teaches you the pacing and flow of storytelling that way. And I have a lot of fun writing those short stories. They could be, you know, hard, but it's basically like running with weights on, you know, because then when you have that freedom, you know what to do.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been a great conversation, good discussion. I'm glad you guys came on. It's good talking.
No,
yeah, thanks for having us.
Got some
love Magic Cop. Love what you guys are doing. So
thanks, man.
Just appreciate you having us on, and it's always fun talking with creators and
yeah, of course,
bullshitting about comics. This is, you know, always a good time.
Eddie Winkler in the chat. Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
What's up, man? Yeah. Until next time, guys. I've been Phil. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button and sub if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications, all that jazz. And spread the word about Seadog and Codenam Killswitch 2, though they're closing up in 2 days. So get out there and toot the horns. Until next time, everybody, we will see you in the chat. Bye, guys.